And we are probably, maybe, live again. Welcome everyone to more. Actually, did I not change the title? MIPS64. More MIPS64 Sgi Octane Linux development only live on YouTube. Welcome everyone. I already continued, first of all, quite some time that I use the serial console here. That is also for you playing along at home, obviously documented on the regular forums, internet and stuff. So that is ZEnv console, I think. Where would it even be? Anyway, somewhere like anyway, it's either G, capital G, something of G or G012 if you have more than one graphic card, which obviously I don't, and otherwise D for, I don't know why D, but D or D2 for COM port, serial port 1 or 2. And that's what we have running here. And of course it looks somewhat similar to the Origin 200, where of course we don't have graphics, so we regular do that there, just not regular on the Octane. I did this because I wanted to see the init.rd stuff didn't work, and I wanted to see what this arc load outputs here, because otherwise with graphic, this is also benefit of, yeah, looks boring, textual whatsoever, also looks Hollywood, but this allows you to capture the text, obviously, otherwise graphic, it's away, and yeah. So that looked good. So you see here performing system maintenance. Instead press escape, and then you have here loading configuration. What did I not? Okay, maybe I didn't press escape fast enough, but anyway, you have the same system here, and oh, I did press escape fast enough. Why is? Anyway, so command prompt monitor. So just printf, just what you have seen from the Origin, and yeah, that's a console D or something. So ZEnv console G, probably that doesn't change it for this time, because right now we have still only obviously changes this for the next boot. We have no video output there, and actually now that we boot that works. However, this will of course not work because still kernel panic here, and the reason is simple. So there are multiple reasons. Oops. So probably should fix here. Was it this or? Anyway, also cool blinking here on the blinking light bar pipe here, nearly only live on this channel. And obviously I already know why this doesn't work, because we certainly need, how many frames are this, even 27? So yeah, one more, also annoying Linux stuff. Quite wonder why do we not have magic system request keys, something of that sort. Anyway, let's reboot. I already know why this doesn't work. I already built a new kernel, because certainly that works way better. Also, only live on this channel, this button was totally annoying, and I sprayed a little bit WD-40 in there. Not sure if that is probably will kill me now for ruining the nice, lovely Octane, which, by the way, yeah, no, the button is at least somewhat nicer. Otherwise, it's like mechanical keyboard keys with dust and stuff, and needs some greasing. Anyway, so yeah, we can kill this screen here, close that. If this was even the right one, or kill screen. What? Nah. Kill all screen. What process font? Or is it no? Okay. Anyway, so the reason was mostly actually, oh damn, I did not want it to auto boot, darn it. Yeah, you see, this is, unless you make a video or screenshot, you can't really read this. Can we quickly also, okay, so much to rebooting. Maybe we leave the Octane. No, actually, no, we don't need to leave it off, or just need to be fast. Because we need to copy a new kernel, obviously, with, I'm still mostly running Skylark's original approved config from 2005, and that doesn't include init.rd, so it's just partially a matter of actually changing the YouTube, why is the video output? Don't tell me. We have our 30 frames though. It says 5 Mbit 0 drop frames. Always a fun of internet amazement. Everyone needs to watch video here in the Doxers neighborhood and then we can't live stream. So set env OS loader file name IP. Oh no, wait, I think it's newer. Oops. Newer. Wait, why is this? Probably with typo, huh? Let's hope that somehow cancels this. Anyway, so much to booting something that you didn't double check. So I built already a new kernel. Also another thing, not only did my Skylake approved or derived from, certainly we steal everything, all the patches, all the Linux only steal from Gentoo and Debian. Doing nothing, recurring theme here. Obviously I'm joking, but that, what have I said here? IP, probably I mistyped here something or whatever. Set env OS load file name. Also, you probably want to read that a little bit. No, why? Load file name. I think it was newer. IP30 newer. Printf OS load file name newer. Let's see that new, or then what it was. Also, I wish it would have history of, yeah, but certainly. I mean, this firmware is already amazing enough, but set env OS load. Because we need, so we boot the old kernel, which, yeah, because we overwrote the other kernel, because, yeah, we're professionals. So we need a new kernel with, so not only initRD, but also our initRDs are set standard for quite some time. So here, okay, this is a package. Let me double check that we actually built MIPS. So this, this was like enabling, because set standard initRD is still not in the mainline kernel. That is a few of the very few patching our stuff for amazing features. This probably should be set standard. Is it new enough, or yeah, set standard? Anyway, so what I've done is simply copying from our regular Linux kernel package the set standard patch that just applies and apparently builds, as this is now so close, thankfully, together in terms of versioning, like code changes. I mean, thankfully they do not change too much in the early boot code initRD stuff. So yeah. As per the previous, what we are doing, that is on my main channel, we started here with initRD firmware copying, and because the Linux upstream, if we ever want to get this upstream, we need to make sure, there you see how much work is this, it is days and weeks, and so this is only like, this is not even everything, like really getting the upstream is a month of work. This is why we turn it to YouTube and have some fun and means and financing and education, because this is only yeah, making sure that actually we are closer to a state, not like we can't just revert old changes of deleting firmware in the Linux kernel. Certainly can't upstream this. So yeah, build MIPS, so we tar this together, which, one second. Because anyway, so yeah, tar, but the arc load we now have in the volume header, so we don't need this from my previous, so just tarring this together. And then SCP this to, also not this SCP, but another SCP. That was this SCP. And then just a little bit precaution here of not leaking everything, what we could potentially leak. Welcome, Devin. Why is YouTube still warning about the bitrate well, 27, 5 Mbit? Error, YouTube's not receiving it, but is this error not already old? Let's refresh the page here just in case. So then, of course, logging in with our test password. Still not sure. There you see some, well, it could just work, but obviously it doesn't. YouTube still warns. Why would it do that? 0 drop frames, 30 FPS, 6 Mbit. Poor. Stream status poor. The mysteries of YouTube live streaming. Yeah, also the scene and yeah, so that is just one SCP. Sorry for that. We will work for improving that in the future. Also DH client. Just one SCP, you're not missing much. And then, oops, also this scene. Then tarring this, is this the right directory? Yeah, it's the right directory here. So this is just updating our newly rebuilt kernel with the init.rd. By the way, I found also a bug. Actually, the first init.rd, I pre-tested this a little bit, which probably we could do again. So I destructed this to ty here. It's maybe rmrf all of this and manually extract it, which probably you want to see larger there. And yeah, probably you want screen capture. Let me know if screen capture of that would be more amazing. But then I would solder a VGA splitter cable. So this is empty now, CPIO, because this is CPIO, the init.rd in latest years since a decade. Yeah, init.rd, so it's done not decompress this CPIOI. And I do this to just test. I fixed here the lib32 LD was not executable, so I already committed this, so many to testing, more testing. Change root here to bin sh also. I'm slightly actually unsure why this is happening. Because when I did lib, this is so strange. I hope this boots. This still doesn't. Why is this not change root? Error by loading shared library libc/cs06. What the heck? This is slightly strange. I wonder if it's already not working here in the change root. It's probably not going to work booting a Linux kernel. Well, one issue already fixed, which is that this LD thing was not executable because I used CP without -h for archiving, for preserving permissions. It's of course stupid noob. Actually, I really wonder why I didn't notice it before actually. So bin sh, but this works. Why does this work? And change root here with bin sh not. This is so strange. strace follow all children of what's trying to. Okay, it's user lib32. Is it not? Oh, wait a second. It's looking only in lib32 for. Or maybe it's trying. Is it trying to load etc ldsoconf? Nah, that's probably not going to boot then. Is this even trying to load etc ld? But actually we have this file in here. Why is this not trying to LTS MIPS? It's only trying lib32. So much to having a completely new amazing build that ain't working the most. Why is this only? Oh, it's trying. Okay, libs TLS, libs MIPS. It's only trying lib32. Why would it do that? Yeah, that is a showstopper actually. Each time we live stream, some other random crap is happening. The issue is I already earlier compressed. The problem is if I fix this here manually, the compression of the init RD will take really long. On the set standard, on the dual 250 megahertz MIPS64 will take 10 minutes or something crazy. Okay, coffee, which is nearly empty. Will one drop of coffee help us? Well, the problem is, so this is why earlier I had this diet libc. I just changed that we don't have this diet libc linked anymore, which probably they all are not anymore, right? They all... Even if I manually message here something in, then darn, what a showstopper. Well, I mean, just moving the files over for a test should fix this, but there you see, move all this over to there. What, we have this also in there? No. What? Still doesn't work, did I not move? What is this? Oh, we don't have user in here, maybe even not. Wait a second, but no there. Is this only trying? Why is this not? Oh, it is logging. Wait a second, it's loading the snow from here. Open at. Or is this not the right? Did I mix here something? N32 versus. So manually calling it. Oh, wait a second, because this is not change routed. Yeah. Yeah. F32, what exactly is it here? F32 class, MIPS R3000. F32 class. Slightly wonder if this is mixing here some stuff. Yeah, this LDSO cache is only for fancy stuff. Usually it looks like, as we want to have the init RDS minimal as possible, that I copied some LDSO cache in there already, which didn't help. But I wonder if these are the same. Yeah, symbolic link because would it say why does this not work? I also wish this stuff would sometimes output a little bit more verbose, like can't load this because not matching. Loading shared library. This is only such file directory. I think somehow this looks for sure that this is incompatible. So this is, yeah, this is N32, and this other probably, yeah, this is not N32. I think we are mixing N32, darn it. What a mess. I just recently changed this to use readelf. Not sure if that is the latest, maybe not. Package base init rd. So we are using readelf something. Readelf. Is this the latest version? Readelf elf magic. So readelf h. Grab machine. Maybe that is not enough, and this is why we are copying the wrong. Let's see, lib32. Yeah, there you see also this exotic variants. So machine. So I only grab for machine, which is MIPS64 Okay, this might not be enough. Maybe we. The problem in the initial proof of concept for this, I actually compared the whole magic, but Musel was using some stupid stuff. Questions, audience, why I don't write Amiga stuff? Because I don't have Amiga stuff and also can't write everything. But thank you for your suggestion of what more stuff I could do. So let's see, lib32, and what is the difference between. So this is, yeah, only machine, so that is apparently not enough. Earlier I compared the whole magic, which you probably can, or maybe didn't. Where would be N32? Here's 32-bit mode, flex. Okay, here is flex. Okay, we see here is 032, and here is... Why is here not... Okay, here 32-bit mode 032 and here not. The problem is... This is really annoying, honestly. So I checked machine for x86 and 386 versus AMD64. The problem is that I wanted to check the whole magic, but that was too much, because the magic also includes whether it is some type dynamic or something else, or interpreter or something, because the problem was, as you see probably LD, that this magic is probably different from, where would that be? 7540 4C 46121. Actually, it isn't here. Anyway, with MuseLibC, they don't specially mark the interpreter differently or something of that sort. That is so annoying. So we could probably just grab for both, like grab machine or flex and combine this. Because I think I optimized actually, so this is a new issue. I optimized this to only copy what is needed, because previously we copied anything which in multi-arch was too much. What a mess. Everything just works, quotes the Debian people. Yeah, let's just VI build. The only thing is, okay, you know what, we probably manual build this, otherwise it takes too long. Sbin mkinit.rd. What was it? Machine it was. So let's grab. Why do I have so many quotes? Machine and flex, and let's see if that gives us. Oops. What keyboard layout am I even typing on here with? Yeah, so sbin mkinit.rd root here, and then boot, that is version 4.18 something dist. Yeah, so adding firmware, that is the new stuff from my main channel. Welcome, Christian. Yeah, more 64, yeah, more MIPS64 bit phone. Also, by the way, sorry for just needing to. Also, what if I don't know? Tar this together. SCP this over. And then back to here. And SCP that again. Another day I actually wanted to also see, extracting that here. Probably I wanted to make a video. I took a closer look to this MIPS. There is also a reason why many of this RISC stuff is more inefficient than you would naturally expect it to be. So 0 drop frames, 30 FPS, by the way, that's YouTube still. So we extracted this, I check YouTube in a second. So TY and set standard Z. Decompress here, which maybe we, for security reasons, let's see what we got here while I check what is which keyboard of the two. We have here an oversupply of keyboards because YouTube channel we have here. Do you mean the Sun or do you mean the mechanical? So I have the Sun mostly for also making less noise and the amazing extra keys that I use for OBS scene selection, otherwise mechanical keyboard. But I have a totally, if you are new to this channel, I have also totally amazing but USB DIY build Cherry MX Silence Thread with Trackpoint, Tex, Yoda 2 there. Lots of discussion and live building stuff on the other channel. Thanks for asking. Going to be getting ThinkPad. That is cool. Congratulations. Also, is YouTube still whining about? No, not saying excellent connection. At least something. So, what am I showing? We're showing that. Then let's test. Change the route here now with bin sh. Of course, it still doesn't work because so now we don't have any lips in there at all because fun stuff. Exactly what we wanted, right? So apparently that we should have taken a closer look to what we built. MK init RD. So probably this was whining here then about needs this. So now it's not finding anything at all anymore. Well done. So let's see, what do we even here? File bin pdksh is lib32 LD, which somehow lib32 lib C here. We have a lib C there. Why is it not using that one though? So that is 32-bit MIPS N32. So this is MIPS N32. Bin pdksh, that is MIPS N32. Why is it not copying that? Read elf. We used, what did we use? We used, was it das h, read elf, dash h. And yeah, there you see it works on AMD64 and then what? Yeah, also has been not. It works on AMD64, not on your esoteric MIPS64 build. pdksh. So that is that. Maybe we grab directly what exactly we. So we had their header and no machine and flex, also best with grep. So we have that. So that says and what do we have here in lib? The problem is what we are trying to do here is match the exact, like mimicking a little bit the loader. The problem is we are cross-compiling this, so we cannot just run LDD, or if you were wondering why we are doing this fancy stuff here. So that is actually the same. Why does it not work then? Machine flex, I would think that should match. So when we run this on the non-matching, then we get here other flex, including O32 and other fun stuff. So we grab this, or that should certainly look like if 0 magic, then warning dynamically linked. Otherwise magic not equal continue, probably. Let's maybe output this here, good old-fashioned. Way to debug what we're missing there. So we are getting here, this is flex machine, what? Machine stuff flex is unequal machine flex, so that is, are we not lib, not iterating over all? Wait a second, oh this is okay. Are we not iterating? Wait a second, we are not iterating, darn it. We're only iterating 64 and probably we can, I think I have similar code already wherever, where would I have such code? I'm pretty sure somewhere else I use just asterisk for this here, like that. The question is, let's grab here for, let's search for 64. Let's try if that works without this pretty verbose echo here. So yeah, this is now getting lib32 like we wanted, only live on this channel. Let's see, held for review. PDKSA is not the best key. KSH, yeah, we want a small one. This is why historically we use a very small one. We only need most minimal, but well, like most minimally working, which by the way, fun fact, I really probably need one more coffee here, which probably though we make one more coffee in a second. Coffee machine is also still on, but probably we should hurry before the coffee machine suspends for energy saving reasons. So that works. Actually, we could copy that then. Yeah, let's, 1 second. Tar this up. And SCP that. And switch to the Sgi Octane. And then also SCP that, sorry for that. If you guys are into distributed file systems, I need a recommendation of what is the best inter-data center, best with duplication and whatnot distributed file system, and preferably offline caching. So tar that. So if you have any recommendations of that sort, that would be greatly appreciated. But it doesn't, so I don't have any problems with this public domain shell thing. The problem is here with the surrounding scripting stuff. So RM, set standard, probably quickly one coffee. coffee sponsored by Exacode. Amazing. I heard company in Berlin with amazing paperless office software that you probably don't want to delay and try today. So that's done that. Change root, also wrong keyboard. Change root bin sh. That works, so amazing stuff. So then we would have booted, always test, lesson learned, always test your stuff and don't hope that magically works somehow. If it already doesn't work in how it should work, then for sure it doesn't work if you boot it. Speaking about booting, let's try to boot that. That would be, so that probably should work, I guess. Then we can Control-Alt-Delete and let me know if that triggers someone. KSH93 is the best KSH. You are free to package that, although we could theoretically check what exactly we have here actually as. Also. Also we need to set the new. So the issue is, again, as per usual with not working stuff here, that it could again fail. Set env os load file name or load file name. Okay, let's print env that. So I'm zooming for you at home. Print env that is os load file name, set env os load file name. And also on my wish list another day sometime soon between now and forever. Writing here more amazing bootloader stuff. Maybe test if grub2 has already some support. I think there is some. IP30 boot. Let's see what happens. Maybe more than nothing. So we copied the kernel. Oops. That is something I have never seen. Wasting something for tracking something. Interesting. Bug thing. That is in 20 years. No, not 20. I only do Octane for more than a decade. That is an interesting new development. That. Yep, that is why it always takes lots of time. So we have, the changes are initRD. Of course, we probably mostly should be the initRD stuff. That is slightly disappointing. Yeah, this is why everything always takes so long. We could, very theoretically, should we try it? When we could try it, doesn't take so much time. Just check if it happens. I slightly wonder how the rectangle happens because okay, this is overwriting, so okay. Why would this be blue though? What? Yeah, that is then the why when you want to use actually Serial console to see a little bit more what's going on. Yeah, now would be time for bisecting. That is slightly disappointing actually. Now would be going back and forth, seeing what triggered that, making this already long live stream even longer. Set env os load file name, new when new is old. Let's see, what do we have in the comments? Quadrilinear is blue. This is not an vPro, this is not drawing with GL quads, so this is some manual memory writing stuff actually. This of course being the old kernel, so yeah. I guess it's probably better to continue this here off camera. Not only is it faster without entertaining you, but also, have you ever wanted to get an SGI on Lynx? I think I have enough SGI more or less, except so it's like this. What was an Unixo? Could look that up. So yeah, that would mean, so either actually we could, you know what we could do with, for a cheap test, we could comment this fancy arcf init.rd stuff out, so that would be this one. I guess that should be a comment, I would hope. We could see what that is doing, if it's init.rd clobbering something or whatever. Actually, I could also manually repack the init.rd from setstandard to gzip and build without the setstandard kernel. Yeah, okay, if it's big, then I probably have an idea what it is. I don't want such large machines. Not enough space, not enough, yeah, okay, that, no, not really interested, thank you very much. Just for decoration, I might take a Cray supercomputer just because it looks cool, or anyway, the much smaller Sharp X68K. So, set info is load. Name IP30, that should boot without init.rd. Let's see if that's without init.rd now. Yeah, that's still doing something, so then it's the init.rd stuff, clobbering, extracting something, okay, that is something we can work with. Although it could be that, also I have a video running, which we should stop. Of course, this kernel not having right now the SCSI, that is a challenge that we're working on, that we now have the QLogic not in the kernel, not with firmware anymore. So we could try, actually, the kernel has, maybe it's something with setstandard or whatever, so either it could be arcload not doing init.rd protocol correctly and clobbering some random memory, or it is actually setstandard whatever. Actually, I would intuitively find arcload doing some random stuff more logical, but let's see. So the kernel, as it works at least, set env is not boot. New is the new old. Would be interesting to get frame buffer support on X68K. I would need to have one for that though, and otherwise it's not. So I think a NetBSD should work, but frame buffer. So frame buffer should be the tiniest thing, but first you would need to have the whole platform support anyway, which nowadays, of course, with this small of a machine, not the most easiest. What did we, by the way? Actually, I wanted to double check target maybe we check that here. Actually, I'm also compiling that. Build like share, no, target. Also could show you that target share. Generic install. Actually, no, we have here second stage also lib, so we would also need to change that here. Thought I used star somewhere. For in do that. Maybe use read elf. Actually, we have still a comment here though. Yeah, we also want to make sure to update that then. Which probably I should leave a note here in update target generic. Oh, share install second stage elf magic and so much to do. So that would be, let's change that again, and so that would be, how large is this init.rd anyway? Let's, by the way, remove set standard, and then it's 5.4 megabyte, I guess. So that's set I'm surprised that yesterday so many people were so interested in Ultra 5. Set standard decompress init.rd 18. So X and maybe so we have 20 megabyte. It is if you were wondering about modern bloat. Okay, so bloat. Set gzip. Let's gzip that. Gzip 9, and let's see if the outcome is differently in init.rd 18.2. Could also compare the set standard versus setlib size there. Collision checker. Yeah, would always love to look into a lot of things, but I think I'm already so many things to do, which also got an email. Yeah. Recurring shout out here to overspending for eBay stuff for performance from decades ago. That's still running. Actually, we could probably, to use the time efficiently, don't really need to check, it's running anyway. Could already, so first of all, are we even focused here? So probably we can cp build MIPS sbin mk init.rd to package base mk init.rd sh, yes please. And here we have uncommented echo line to delete, and yeah, so machine flags, and here lib everything fixed. Okay, not RD2. Check more elf magic flags and iterate all the on. Let's see if we compressed that in the meantime, and we did. L so 20, oh wait a second, that is uncompressed. So yeah, that is uncompressed, and yeah, it's a whopping megabyte larger, so much to set standard versus 5.2 versus 6.9, nearly 7. So yeah, quite large. Actually, do we have, no, we don't have Lua, but we have scale equals 4, and then 6.9 of 5.2 is a whopping 32%, nearly 33% larger. So, and then do here image 2, which is a setlib image 2. Let's see what that gives us. I hope something better than nothing. Yeah, also while we theoretically also this is still compiling. Yeah, this is updating, recompiling a lot of stuff, because which by the way reminds me, theoretically we need a larger font obviously for you to read at home, so sometime soon also need to use a larger terminus, larger and nicer font here. Oops, it's the wrong button. Why is there no other input? Yeah, sometimes the reboot is also glitchy. That happens once in 10 times, so maybe you don't want to reboot your Octane so often. Do we have here useful updates? Oh, no, it's not really, just recompiling ton of stuff for. In a way, by the way, I find from this very old, on the other channel there's a super old or similar old IBM RS6000 B50 video, and what was it, IP30, huh? And I find the start picture there with the city sky stuff. Actually, wait a second, this actually really did I? So that's setlib, surprisingly, or hey, and we have here a module loaded, and is this a IP30? It should be that one, so that looks really good here live on YouTube. Also, we get this found PCI. Hey, we are up and running. Didn't even really quite expect that. So yeah, so much to set standard on works on other whatever. So it's probably some memory corruption, I guess. I mean, it clearly looks like memory corruption. Yeah, also typing test password faster than anywhere you didn't have it on screen. Amazing stuff. Is this really? Oh no, this is somehow, did I not? There's so much to not booting. Did I not update the, or maybe I mistyped. No, sometimes I type so fast. Too much to being excited for no good reason. Have you ever thought using a frame grabber to capture the Octane? Yes, I've done that already. The only reason I mentioned this already on the other video. If I capture it, then I don't have picture except on the in the preview there of OBS, and that is super annoying. I mentioned in the other video I actually sacrificed and cut an VGA cable because I was thinking to solder a Y joint there. Why is reboot now not so glitchy? So there are videos where I captured this, but if I really work on it, I probably, anyway. I mentioned in the other live stream that That also hydrogen, no file to patch. Oops, no, darn it, that was my wrong button. Hello, can we switch? Why is it not switching? Probably it switched, and then if you press, I think it resets the video mode. Not sure what I've done. Apparently something, so let's see again. So yeah, the VGA cable was better than I expected. It was double shielded and even, okay, so that is similar. That's not set standard then. That is extremely annoying though now, that this initRD stuff, that will take forever to debug why that is not working. So yeah, so much to that luck. Didn't have that luck. Yeah, don't forget to share and like, subscribe for my pain here with dealing with this stuff. Of course, the problem is now, could also be the arc load, could also be the Linux kernel. That is not super annoying actually. So what is here with hydrogen? That is really disappointing, so much time spent on. But there you see, that probably explains why the Gentoo people ended up reverting this firmware files there for building that in the kernel. Log and wait a second, what did I want? I wanted to keyboard DE. So something with hydrogen. There's a patch. Let's see, maybe just build multi or something. Hydrogen. Some patch. What are GCC? Something. Flag. So yeah, probably SVNRM, hydrogen, and GCC. Oh, so many, so old. Let's try to build that again. Job 5 hydrogen. Anyway, quite some stuff done. As per the previous video on the other channel, initRD for firmware inclusion and for also fancy, either crappy home hardware that needs firmware or fancy server stuff. This is checking more ELF bits there for this fancy lib32 stuff. Oh, and one more patch. What other patch if I have a plugins patch? What is it doing? Not my package, just deleted. Hope for the best. Maybe but apparently they moved all the files around. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so leave me in the comments what you think. It's a little bit, yeah, this is always that you do so much and at the end it doesn't even work. We could actually theoretically make a super small initRD and see if, yeah, even this, okay, this is no CMake, so much to that stuff. Didn't give us much now. So yeah, so this is always 100 small details, and that is where all the time is going for. When you were wondering why there are not more ISO images, more this, more that. Let's stay in the other. And yeah, as you already asked for the video capture, maybe actually I mentioned this in the other live stream, actually booted the right old crap binary only kernel for compatibility with this frame grabber, but yeah. So that would be set env OS no file name new and boot. So let's think about this. What could, so the kernel is booting. I mean, I wonder slightly, it's probably not checksummed. So what about getting a Libre boot computer? Not really. Oh, wait a second. Which did I probably apparently must have mistyped this again. Yeah, this bootloader situation is also not the most amazing that you need to. I'm not really interested in Libre boot stuff. It helps me nothing. You see how much work this already is, and so don't see why I should spend money for stuff that doesn't help me at all with something. So the only thing I need is more compute power, and for that we need an AMD Ryzen. Print, and what have I done now? Probably need to be more careful what I mistype there. I have no idea what Vision RGB something is. It could actually also be that for example, I know that the red one that I fixed is broken when you use it as a load it as a module. I think could also be some PCI related stuff. We should also double check that we loaded the right file name, actually, not that we... no space left on device. Wait a second. Did we are slightly... Don't tell me we... No, this probably was all. If we make this, if we like remove all the modules and firmware, pack this together and see if that at least smaller. So fine, CPIO. Something init RD image 3. Also not set standard because it takes too long to compress anyway. Vision RGB is a frame grabber, okay. Does way more than this Epiphone bullshit there. No surprise there. Anyway, this is already fancy enough, and only thing, well, it's not too bad, but yeah, the only stuff. How large is it even? Run in the background. How much are we watching? Still 15 megabyte. Why is this so large? Read line. LVM2 stuff, huh? Don't need this fancy LVM2 stuff here. Megabyte. How much smaller did we make this? I mean, must certainly. Well, we see it's compressed in a second. Here, this Epiphan thing also does quite some resolutions, but yeah. Anyway, also doesn't help if it's binary only stuff, but is your stuff working in Linux with all the fancy features, bells and whistles? Of course, I'm already disappointed enough from this Epiphan thing. So, wait a second, we have here this uncompressed X thing that also wastes some space of our precious SCSI storage. So, that was... did we not delete the set standard thing? So, it's actually not... Well, okay, it is smaller. Are we done? We are done. Okay, it is 40% smaller. I have the feeling that will not do much. Let's, by the way, did I double check that we loaded the right? Yeah, we have the image 3. Let's see what happens. Not really the most convinced it will change much, but whatever. Does this Epiphan thing not go lower than that? I thought it would, but whatever. Also, I need to re-grease this stupid office chair. Yeah, the issue is if you now debug around in other people's kernels, this will not take really forever, like a whole day or something, debugging around there with maybe trying to get a kernel debugger working or printf style. All this fun stuff. This will not be the most fun. Also somehow reboot is glitchy. Don't really remember that being that glitchy, but whatever. So, one more try before we call it a day. But maybe this arcload stuff is memory clobbering this something. Actually, I wonder if previously, actually, you know what? Previously, it was at least not crashing. Does it load init.rd? So 14 int.rd image 3? No, that's certainly... So this is somehow an init.rd decompression, whatever is there with the memory layout. Test here, by the way, does it have here determined run? Yep, really disappointing. Okay, but I'm not really sure if not sure if this is a hard limitation or just whatever, and usually have more problems capturing higher resolution, but yeah, why do you have such low resolution? Yeah, this is always doing this stuff, so maybe the Debian patch in arcload is or... But the fun stuff is, so maybe arcload is not memory clobbering this, because before, when I didn't have init.rd support in the kernel, it was at least not crashing, which, by the way, that's the right kernel. We probably can test this by reverting at least, so like I actually hate random trial. It's always really debugging the core of the issue is usually the best as everything else. Random trying around is usually not the best time spent. But so that would be the firmware. Could try if the rest of this, but actually I changed the kernel. Well, we could check if it's clobbering random memory by reverting as a config, so like including the SCSI firmware stuff again, and like reverting most of this stuff. So this you see is from Y to M. So like basically reverting all of this fun stuff and not make it use the init.rd. So basically that we only need SD right now. And QLogic something, I think it is something of either this or this. And let's see, what do we diff now here? So that's only that should be okay. Here's some random stuff. Most importantly, we have still that in. And block init.rd, did I not edit this out? So that way we would have still arcload loaded and the Linux kernel not use it. And see if that makes a difference. Anyway, I guess that is mostly enough for this boring live stream. I hope you learned something and enjoyed it anyway. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I will trial and error here a little bit further. Is the PCI Express card? Yeah, that doesn't fit in a Mac Mini or any other. Not even my Mini ITX, where I only have one spare Mini ITX slot, PCIe slot. Anyway, here, that's it for today. Hope you learned something. Hope to see you soon for the next videos and live streams to come.